Hi, welcome back to Betty. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson. I want to ask you all something. You know, most of us went through high school, and when we got to be a senior, we had to make the decision about what college we were going to go to. But today is much different from that. Not only do you have to decide where you're going, but you have to prepare yourself for that step to go to college. My guest today is someone that is in that situation right now. And I'll let her introduce herself to you, and we're going to talk about what she's done to prepare herself for college. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Nolan. I'm a senior at Harding University High School.
So, Keena, you are a senior. So, Are you ready to go to college?
In some ways, yes.
So, what have you done to prepare yourself to get to the point where you're getting ready to leave for school?
I have taken all the courses I need to graduate. And I've also did different things like internships to help me get a better idea of what I want to study. So it's a lot of work.
So did you have to take the SATs, the ACTs?
Yeah. I did a lot of SAT prep to make sure that I could pass, and I took the ACT once. I will say that ACT is not as convenient just because it has a science part. But I did good on the SAT. I got a 1620 my 10th grade year, so I'm not taking it anymore.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't take it again either. So, do most students make that high of a score on the SAT exam?
Not many people that I know at my school, but I know a lot of kids who've gotten like a 2100 or like a 1900, so it's really competitive.
So you're kind of like on the upper middle end, right?
Yeah.
Of the scoring. What is the best score for the SAT? Do you know?
I want to say it is a 2100. I think.
You think? But I guess it probably changes every year.
Yeah, it changes like depending on the scoring range they choose.
So what are some of the classes that you've had to take in high school to prepare you for the next step?
I took right now I'm in biology 3. So I've taken biology, I've taken math studies courses, geometry, algebra 1 and 2. I've taken business classes for my electives. I've taken all types of things. I've taken Spanish for 5 years. So I've taken a lot of different classes.
That's good. You know, when I was in high school and college, I struggled with Spanish.
Oh, I struggled too. It's hard.
Oh my God.
It's very hard.
I think when I was in college, my Spanish teacher had to feel sorry for me because I took it twice.
In college?
Yes, it was that hard. But then too, I did go to college right out of high school, and then I came out, and then I went back as an adult. So it's much harder when you're an adult to try to learn a foreign language.
Yeah.
Believe me. So you're being smart by taking the 5 years of it. So you should do pretty well when you get to the college level. What are some other things? You had mentioned that you did some internships. Let's talk about that a little bit.
So I was a paid intern this summer for the Mayor's Youth Employment Program. And I was placed in the Community and Service Bureau of the Police Department. And it was the best job I've ever had.
What are some of the things you did there?
I was able to network throughout the whole building. So I met a lot of great people. I did a lot of filing. I did a lot of processing and typing on the computer. And I got to have a lot of fun. I got to be a receptionist for the police chief. So I did like everything.
So you met the police chief.
I did. He was really nice too.
So what kind of classes did you want to take, or what do you want to major in when you get into college?
In college, I'm kind of stuck between pre-law and business for my undergrad. So we'll kind of see what happens.
Have you had the opportunity to sit down with a lawyer or meet with any of the judges here in Charlotte?
I have. My favorite judge that I met personally would be Judge Ty Hands. She was so nice, and she had firsthand experience with like coming out of college and going to law school without doing pre-law. So it was nice.
Wow. Have you ever been to any sort of an internship where you worked in the court system?
Not exactly. Like I went to a court camp. And I got to visit different offices with attorneys, and I got to visit like the jail, the district attorney's office, and then I got to be a judge at the end. So it's kind of a really wide range of experience for me.
So y'all had like a mock trial?
Yeah, and it was so fun to be in charge and tell people to get out my courtroom and all types of stuff. So it was fun.
Did you have a gavel?
Yeah, I had a really big gavel.
Oh, really?
I was the best judge ever.
So what was the trial about?
The trial was about a wife who supposedly killed her husband in self-defense. So it was fun to see how I got to be in charge, but also be like a facilitator because they had a jury.
Oh, they did? So this was kind of like real.
Oh, yeah, it was very real. I think it was a real case, too. We just had stand-in people. So it was fun.
What are some other things that you have been doing to prepare yourself for that next step of college?
To prepare for college, I've been doing a lot of like mentoring in my community, which is fun. Right now, I teach young girls ages, I think, like 5 to 14, fundamental ballet, so it's fun. They like to look up to me.
Do you think it's important for colleges to ask if you're doing things like that, a mentoring program or things outside of school as part of your application?
It's very important.
Why do you think that's important?
It tells a lot about you as a person because inside the classroom, having good grades is phenomenal. I think it's great, but the things that you put your time into show more of who you are and what you care about.
You know, Keena, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, I'm going to ask you about some more things that you think you may need when you go to college.
Okay.
Okay? You're doing fine.
That was fun.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
I wouldn't have been at this ceremony. if I hadn't been at this ceremony first. Unfortunately, nearly 30% of U.S. high school students aren't making it to graduation. And every one of us, every parent, every friend, and neighbor, has the responsibility to provide the support and encouragement they need to make it through. Because we all need to see a lot more of these pictures.
I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson. I'm sitting here with Keena Nolan. We're talking about her next step going to college after high school. Now, before we went on break, we talked about the classes that you've taken, the community services things you've been doing, your SAT score, and the tests, and so many things in just a little bit of time. I cannot believe we talked about all those things. Now, Keena, you're on your way to college, and I noticed you narrowed it down to 2. And one is outside of North Carolina. If by chance you go to that school that's outside of North Carolina, which will be far, far, far away from home, what are some things you think you're going to need to take with you?
I will definitely need warmer clothing because I don't like the cold. So I'll need an adjustment for my fashion sense. But I know that I'll definitely need like my laptop to be able to call home. I'll need, I don't know, I think more organizational things. Like, I know a lot of people have like little drawers in their room and stuff. Because when I'm not at home, I need to keep my stuff together.
What about the day-to-day things you're going to need? What do you think you're going to need for that sort of stuff?
I'm going to need a lot of hair products. Because if I'm away from home, I won't know who to look to do it, so I have to do it myself. And I'll need, for every day, I definitely need like a radio, so I can concentrate and listen to music. And if I can't take my car, I don't know.
You may not get to take your car your first year.
That'll be the hard part.
And you'll be far, far, far away from home.
If I can't just get up and go.
Are you ready for that?
Yes. I like learning things on my own.
When you say yes, are you talking about being away from home or being in college?
I think more so being away from home.
Why are you ready to take that step?
Because at first I was very nervous. I was like, no, I don't want to leave. I'm so comfortable. But now it's like, no, I'm ready to go.
You ready to go?
Yes, my mom has made it very easy for me to see that she's ready for me to go.
Why do you say that?
Like, okay, when I first got my acceptance letters, it was like maybe November. My mom had already started buying stuff for me to go. She bought sheets. She bought a big box for me to put all my stuff in. She bought emergency tools, like a little hammer, a little screwdriver. She bought all these things. And she said, okay, whenever you're ready, you can leave. So I'm pretty ready to go now.
Well, those are some things that you're going to need. You're going to need toiletries that you use day to day, things you take for granted that's at home all the time. You're going to need them there, and plus linen too. Like you mentioned, she had already bought you some things for your bed. What are some other things you want to take with you?
I want to take all my stuffed animals because...
Wait a minute. How many do you have?
I think I have maybe like 20.
20?
And right now they're in a box because I have to take them with me. But they just make me feel more comfortable. So when I go to school, they'll be in my bed.
Well, you know, if you go to school away from home, that you'll be staying in a dorm and you might have a roommate. Are you ready for that?
No.
So what are you going to do if your roommate is someone that's totally opposite from you?
I would probably find someone else's room to stay in. Well, not to stay like forever. I mean, like to hang out in. I'd probably hang out in a different room or try to be friends. But I mean, it's just for a year. Then I can find somebody else.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's good to meet people who are different from you.
You know, Keena, let's take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the kinds of classes you're going to have to take and other things you might need to do while you're gone away to school. Okay?
Okay.
Are you?
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come. to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities, to ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate. Volunteer.
Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Hi, and welcome back to Better. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson. I'm here with Keena, and we're talking about her getting ready to go off to college. You know, going off to college is a big step, and I bet your mother is very proud of you being accepted to not one, but hopefully another school that you really want to go to.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't named the schools. Do you want to name them, or do you want to not name them? You don't want to jinx it? Do you want to talk about them?
I can talk about it.
Which school do you really want to go to?
I'm really trying to go to Wake Forest.
And why?
Because the atmosphere is better, the potential for networking after school is a lot greater, and it's a big change from the school I go to now, so I like it better.
And what's the other school?
The other school is Howard. But those aren't my only two options. It's just the two that I've decided on.
Oh, so you've had other people
I've been accepted to 5 schools.
What other schools have you been accepted to?
Central, A&T, Fayetteville State, Campbell, and then Howard. And I'm just waiting for Wake Forest.
You're waiting for Wake Forest?
Yes, they're getting their paperwork all faxed in together, so we're waiting for their decision.
So the other school that you were thinking about is on the top of your list is what school?
Howard.
Howard. So why did you put that up on the top of your list?
Because as an HBCU, I think it's a good opportunity for me to meet people who are like me, but are focus driven and have goals just like I do.
And Howard University is where?
Washington, D.C., which is great for me because I want to be involved in government. And
That's
also
true.
City government.
So if by chance you do go to Howard University, you're in Washington, D.C., and your counselors tells you, or your advisor tells you, Keena, we got a great internship for you over the summer. You need to stay up here.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So you would stay up there?
Yes.
Through the summer? You wouldn't come home?
No. No, you have to think farther ahead in the future. That internship could really make a difference for me. I mean, I can Skype my parents if they really want to talk to me, but other than that, sorry.
What if your mom says, I'm coming up there to visit for a week?
No, stay home.
What if your auntie?
My aunt can come. My mom be like, why is your room so messy? Why is everything all over the place? What are you eating right? No, I want to be able to grow up and figure things out by myself.
You know, when you go to college, they have other things going on. Like they have the sporting events. They have the arts going on. Right now, what do you think that you would be a part of?
I'll be interested in, I think I might want to pledge. Just so I can have like a sisterhood, because I'm not as social right now in high school. I'm kind of focused now. So I think I probably do that. I want to get involved in maybe student government and maybe more mentoring opportunities, because that's fun for me.
Would you play any sports?
No.
Do anything with the arts?
Oh yeah, I might dance in college. I'm not sure yet. If I go to a HBCU, I'll probably dance.
You probably will.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of famous people have gone to Howard University.
I've heard.
Yes. Who are these people? Do you know of any?
I know there's a good number of actresses. I don't want to say the wrong name, but I know it's a lot of great people who come from there.
So there's a chance you might be in the movies.
Yeah.
On TV.
I'm
Maybe.
on TV now.
You're on TV now. On an award-winning show.
Yeah.
So, you're getting ready to go off to school. How does that really feel? You're not scared, anxious, nervous?
I think I'm more nervous about starting off and finding out exactly like how I'm going to develop my study habits, who I'm going to be with. But as far as like having fun, I'm not worried about it.
You know, I know you have a little sister, and she's what, 12? 11. 11 years old. When it's time for her to get ready to go to college, what are you going to tell her?
I would tell her that college preparation does not start your 12th grade year. It starts as soon as possible. Whether you're in the 6th grade or 9th grade, developing good study habits, understanding that your grades are important. That's how you start getting ready to go. Because I started focusing on my grades very early. And my GPA was pretty much set from the beginning. Many of my friends now are struggling to bring it back up because they weren't focused.
And what else would you tell her about the college life? Like living on campus, studying, having all this free time?
I would tell her it's okay to have fun, but you also have to have your goals in mind so you don't forget your whole reason for being there.
And when you finish, you want to be a
judge.
A judge.
I want to be a district attorney and then a judge.
What, you know, that's all well and good, and I hope that happens for you, but do you have a plan B?
My plan B is to probably be an accountant or something involved in business, because I like business.
Oh, you like math?
Most of the time, yes. I'm good at math, so I think I'd be able to do the job well, but it's not my favorite subject. No. But I do like business a lot. I like the involvement of planning and getting money together and all that stuff.
Well, Keena, thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for sharing with us all the things that you have done to get to where you are today, and your advice that you're going to give your sister when it comes her turn to make the decision about going to college. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my show, Better You, here on Public Access 21, every Wednesday night at 6 p.m.